Hello and welcome back to Second Take Movies, a podcast where we give movies a second look, second chance, second take, if you will. I'm your host, Preston Jenkinson, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Jake Twito. We're going to hope this works. We're on a new recording software, so...
Yeah, if this doesn't work, Riverside, you suck. This is reverse promotion.
Yeah, right now we're on the free version, so we can do that. We're back after a week off.
Yeah. Preston, let's detail my week off.
All right.
I went to Raleigh essentially for work. Boo! I rented a Tesla.
Ooh.
Pretty fun.
Cybertruck?
No, just a Model Y. I think that's right. I don't know. Drove about 150 miles on autopilot. Pretty fun.
Just don't use the autopilot in the city. It'll try to kill people.
I got pulled over on autopilot on the way back because I didn't want autopilot anymore. I just wanted cruise control.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you're in North Carolina, your roads suck.
Oh, yeah.
And 85 had so many potholes, I kept double tapping the button with my hands, because where my hand sits when I'm driving.
Right.
And it turned on autopilot. And the only way to turn autopilot off is to jerk the wheel. Maybe there's another way. I don't know. But a cop followed me for like 5 miles and pulled me over and was like, "Are you drunk?"
I think, no, I'm trying to figure out this car.
He was like, "Have you been drinking today?" And I was like, "It's 10:30 a.m." I'm like, "I've had 3 shots." Anyways, you'll never know if I'm serious. And he's like, "You on drugs?" I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Well, you're driving erratic." And I'm like, autopilot.
It's autopilot.
And he was like, I'm not buying that. So I made him get in the car. And I turned autopilot on. I'm around the parking lot on the road over there. So it was fun.
So you had quite an adventure with a police officer in your car?
Yeah, it was great. And the best thing was I had alcohol right behind him the whole time. And it's like...
Well, it's not open. It's not open.
Yeah, it wasn't open.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. But, yeah.
You know what else is kind of fun is Sahara. Or Sahara.
It's like a guilty pleasure, dude.
Yeah, it's not one that...
It's great.
It's definitely one you put on in the background.
It's not a good movie, but it's a great movie.
It's somewhat fun. I only looked at my phone a couple times.
I think if Steve Zahn's in a movie, Steve Zahn?
Steve Zahn. No, you had it the first time. Good for you.
I think if he's in the movie, I like it.
Yeah, he's great in this.
Oh, it's so great. And this is like...
Hi, how are you?
Shout out to Matt, previous guest. I talked to him for a little while today. He was like, what movie you guys doing? I told him, and he went, "Oh, it's a guilty pleasure. I love that movie. I don't know why." And we're talking like, yeah, this is Matthew McConaughey's... I'm not just a rom-com guy. I could be action. Which, this isn't peak McConaughey at all.
No.
It's kind of weird McConaughey.
Yeah, this was before the McConaissance as well.
McConaissance. Yeah, put that sauce in the job. It's all got Rainn Wilson in it. So that's...
Yeah, that was...
a lot of crazy stuff.
I forgot about that until I saw him. I was like, oh, look at there. William H. Macy.
Is that yeah, William H. Macy rules in this.
The Penelope Cruz. The story of Sahara. I'm gonna go with Sahara the rest of the time. Master explorer Dirk Pitt. I did not know that was his character's name. That is a stupid name. Dirk Pitt goes on the adventure of a lifetime of seeking a lost Civil War battleship known as the Ship of Death in the deserts of West Africa while helping a WHO doctor being hounded by a ruthless dictator.
I wonder how Texas feels as, being known as a boat of death. That's the name of the boat is the Texas.
Yeah, the Texas, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was supposed to like, it wasn't a real thing, but I guess it was supposed to strike fear into people. I guess I don't know. Can't all be the Hunley down there in Charleston.
Yeah.
The little,
I hate Charleston.
the little submarine.
It smells.
Yeah, it's a swamp. That's what they don't tell you in the tourism.
You like paper mills that smells like dump.
Right.
Welcome.
You want a bunch of one-way streets that make no sense? There you go.
Yeah, you want a bunch of real proper gentlemen down in old Charleston.
The Ashley and the couple come together and make the Atlantic Ocean.
Oh, yeah. What happens is we put the finger into the punch.
What?
And then we got our finger punch.
The most positive that I could find, because there weren't a lot. Dan Jolin of Empire said about as good as a big, stupid American action movie can be without ever being anything better than a big, stupid American action movie.
Yep. Fair.
That kind of nails it.
Yeah, and keep this in mind. Matthew McConaughey campaigned for years.
Yeah, he wanted this role really bad for some reason.
Yeah,
I think he had read the books
the whole time.
Because this is based on like a series of books. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
That's cool. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah, crazy movies and books.
Yeah. Robert Wilansky of the Dallas Observer with our negative review. A stunning piece of work, stunningly inept, stunningly incoherent, stunningly awful in every single way imaginable.
I can also agree with that.
Yeah. Like I could see how you would think that, because this movie gets distracted by itself every 30 minutes or so, 30 seconds.
I think I've seen this movie like 10 times now. And
yeah.
Every time I've watched it, at some point in time I go, wait, what is this movie about again?
Yeah.
What is this?
Because it starts in a flashback, I guess we'll call it, to the Civil War.
Civil War.
Yeah. And this boat is it's a big metal boat that's kind of shaped like a pyramid, and they're escaping somewhere with gold. I think old Confederate gold that doesn't exist. And then they make it out of a river, and then we cut.
Disappears.
Yeah, we cut to two doctors from the World Health
Organization.
Yeah, we cut to two doctors at the World Health Organization for some reason.
It's the most like weird segue.
Yeah.
To an entire thing ever. Just
we meet. What is Penelope Cruz's character's name? Dr. Eva Rojas.
Oh, Rojas.
Rojas. She is tracking, or thinks she's tracking an outbreak from of a village somewhere upstream, downstream. I don't know. Probably upstream.
She's downstream at the moment. Her and Frank Hopper.
Yeah.
Sick name.
But actually, a little bit before this, the movie starts after that epilogue of the boat.
There's a Civil War thing, right, in Africa or Mali?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The boat ends up. We're supposed to believe the boat ends up in Africa because it went and then tides took it and a little stretched.
Yeah, no way.
But it starts with like this pan around a boat cabin with like pictures of Matthew McConaughey, and it's a little attempt to give you backstory of his character and other people on that boat.
Yeah, and all the things say like he smells bad. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
He's up there in my list of, if I met this man, I bet you he smells bad.
Yeah, he probably stinks pretty bad.
He seems dope, but
well, I think I like the McConaughey, the man himself, says that he doesn't take a lot of showers. So
yeah, but you know what? My chemistry, wow, can't get words out. My chemistry teacher in high school, his wife has never taken ibuprofen or Tylenol. She's never taken medicine her whole life. She's never used deodorant. I met her.
No.
Doesn't smell. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something to it.
Well, If I don't, it's not pleasant for everybody around me.
Oh, I smell like dump. I'm straight. I'll put that stuff on, son.
I'll sweat for no reason.
Yeah, hey, respect, son.
Yeah.
I'm down. You ever get your hair cut and look down at your shirt afterwards? Don't. Throw the smock on you so you don't get hair everywhere.
Yeah. And
then all of a sudden your shirt's a different color. It's great.
I've never had that happen, but
what are we talking about? A movie or something?
Yeah.
All right, got it. Yeah, so they're gonna investigate that disease.
Yeah.
The beginning of this movie, it happens so fast. Someone tries to murder.
Yeah.
The
she gets attacked on a beach.
Sahara?
Yeah, she gets attacked on a beach somewhere. And we don't meet Dirk Pitt. Jesus. Matthew McConaughey's character until like 10 or 15 minutes into the movie, where like he kills her attackers with like a spear gun.
Yeah.
Because he's a diver.
Yeah, he's a good diver.
Yeah.
He's from the National Underwater Marine Agency.
Yes. Like he works on a boat with the Admiral, played by William H. Macy, and his buddy Steve Zahn.
But I don't even know how he gets a coin, a Confederate coin.
Yeah, I think
that they found in Niger.
Yeah, he found it somewhere. And to skip through all this, because it's a lot of like just establishing character. Like
I'm going to tell you now. I just felt it was going to be a short podcast.
Me too.
Because this, there's just so much. Like, what are we looking at?
Yeah, it's movie? a lot of like. Well, there's 5 different writers on this movie.
You can tell.
Yeah. And I saw several theories that like the author of the books like kept trying to sabotage the movie because he demanded final approval on any draft, and they finally just started making this movie without him.
Well, the director of this is amazing.
Yeah, it was a first-time director too, which is wild.
He did one more movie before this.
Yeah.
I think it was Thought Crimes. I had to watch it. This is so ridiculous. I had to watch it for school.
Okay.
It's not a good movie.
It doesn't sound like it if it's called Thought Crimes.
It was a pilot for USA Network, I think.
Oh, God. So it was a made-for-TV
and it never
movie.
got picked up.
Yeah.
And it was shot in, it's Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so bad. It's not good bad. It's bad.
It's just bad.
But don't worry, dude. The guy went on to direct The Last Witch Hunter with Vin Diesel.
Oh, my God. I hated.
Oh, so bad.
Hated that movie.
I've never looked this stuff up for this movie, and when I did that, it was like, ooh,
yeah.
Ooh.
So basically, this all boils down to like he works in like on a salvage boat. Him and Steve Zahn are former Navy SEALs. Laughable, but okay. They all get together. After he saves her, gets her on the boat. They invite her to like this huge gala they've recovered some stuff for. And while they're there, we meet the villain of the piece, which is the guy that played the Merovingian in the Matrix. Lambert Wilson.
Sure as crap, that's who he is. The whole time I'm like, where do I know him from? And I never
he's
looked it up.
French guy trying to do a Canadian or American accent.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, he played the Merovingian. So he's evil.
Yeah,
because he looks evil.
As soon as you see the guy, it's like, nope, there we go. There's the bad guy.
And so she accuses him of dumping stuff in the river, in the water, and people are getting sick. And meanwhile, McConaughey's got this gold coin and says, "Hey, this came from that Texas boat. This came from that Texas boat. All right, now his face of gold."
Man. And the girls are looking younger, and I'm looking older.
That's right. So what I think happened was it went over there to Africa, you see, all right, and then we had it up on the riverbed, and then it just.
Are you rolling a booger in your hand right now?
No, I'm just holding a piece of gold to try to convince the admiral to let me borrow his boat so I can go upriver.
Speaking of gold, how do you feel about how this movie looks?
It's very brown, or like not brown but orange.
So
like an orangish brown.
the cinematographer is a guy named Seamus McGravy.
Seamus McGravy?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
McGarvey. But it's like he invented this filter
Well, it
of
sucks.
Sahara Gold. And I was like, what a loser. And then I went, why do I know that name? Don't worry. He went on to do The Avengers,
Oh.
The Accountant. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my notes
Well,
here.
he's
Bad
done.
Times at the El Royale.
He's done better work then.
Oh, he did Charlotte's Web after this, Preston. He's done great work. He did Godzilla with Gareth Edwards.
Yeah.
Thought that was funny. The tie-in, like, oh shoot, okay.
Like they even released a 4K version of that Godzilla movie that made it a little brighter, so you could see Godzilla in the dark and the rain in that movie.
I need to watch it.
It's
He
such
also
a
did
good
50
movie.
Shades of Grey, and penises look really gold in that one.
We should do like
50 Shades of Grey.
No, the MonsterVerse movies. At some point,
that's still 50 Shades of Grey. That's okay.
Nope, I have no desire to see that. So Steve's on McConaughey and Dwight from The Office. Borrow the Admiral's little yacht to go upriver, but the World Health doctors meet them at the port and say that.
Give us a ride.
I think they tricked him into giving him a ride because they were like, "Oh, you said to be here, blah blah blah." So I think they just
he was like, "Hey, I'll suck you guys off if you guys get on my boat." I mean, wait, that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah, that's what happened though.
He wants because
like, dude, my notes are so combobulated here because it says they went to a party ?
Yeah.
What?
He was in a white suit at the party, so they end up they go upriver. People start to bond. Of course, I think this was at the time McConaughey and Penelope Cruz were dating. So it was.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
They start to get to know each other, and she mentions she has a house in Monterey, and then McConaughey just like, "You made Bay of Monterey."
Hey, bae, on the Monterey.
You and me and Bay of Monterey.
Give me my bouquet.
And so they go upriver. Not much happens. Just like a really uneventful trip, pretty much.
And they drop them off in Mali. That's how they eventually get to Mali.
Yes.
They're going to continue up the Niger.
But wouldn't you know it, that evil-looking CEO man is working with the dictator of Mali.
Zakata!
Yeah, which is played by Morgan from The Walking Dead.
Oh, shoot. That's where it is.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I like this guy for some reason?
Lenny James.
That's why.
Yeah. From the first season of The Walking Dead and other seasons.
Did you watch all that show?
I did not. I gave up.
I burnt out.
I gave up after an hour-and-a-half episode of Negan giving a speech in the street of Alexandria, and I was like, I hate this show now.
Where I quit. That is where I quit. Which is a shame because I'm in that movie. I'm in that show.
Really?
I was an accidental extra.
Look at you.
Yep, they didn't pay me, and I didn't sign off on it, so I'm gonna sue them. FX, you owe me the money. You've got the movies. I need the money.
It's AMC, but...
Oh, I thought that was right. I second guessed. Sorry, the rain just kicked on outside, and it's like, what?
It needs to come down here. So yeah, after they drop him off, dictator gets wind of it, sends some soldiers after the boat, and this is our first action scene of the movie.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, the action in this movie sucks.
It does. Well, I don't think it sucks. It's just there was like hundreds of camera cuts.
Yes, it's so bad. Like the only good one's the end with the cannonball. Sorry, there's a dog scared walking up here. It freaked me out. Yeah, the cannonball sequence at the end, that's cool. But like, it's very clear none of these people are action people.
Mm-mm.
We're gonna make camera cuts to make it look good.
Mm-hmm. But the first thing they discover when they're dredging the river is they get like some kind of red algae on the bottom of their little buoy, dinghy, scanner thing, and they're like, "This is freshwater. Why is there red algae or whatever?" And then it's like kind of Dwight gets a sample, and it's basically proof that
Something wrong?
there's something in the water. There's something poison in the water.
Hey, Michael, there's something in the water.
So they blow up the admiral's boat, getting away from those people. From there, they get some camels somehow. There's a lot of this movie where I'm like, well, how did they get to there?
They crash a car into a gas station later.
Yeah, but that's not this
get
moment.
like another car after that.
Yeah, but this is like where they first pick up camels, because then they conveniently come upon the doctor again as she's getting attacked by soldiers, and then the other doctor is killed.
Yeah, but that well sequence was pretty cool. They lure her into a well. She's stranded. She's got to hide. That was nice. But
Yeah. Steve,
I think they drop him off and they realize they're getting chased because they think they have the doctors on the boat.
That's right.
Then they are like, "Oh, we got to go save them."
Mm-hmm. But
and they have money and stuff at this point. Like I think they just bought the camels.
yeah, they traded. They traded the camels for something. But anyway, I think this is where they end up in the rebel village because they get captured by them.
Yes, they get the girl. The whole shootout at the well isn't bad, honestly.
Yeah,
Pretty fun.
That's
like
all right,
Steve Zahn's stuff. Steve Zahn's the winner. Again.
Yeah, he's the best part of this.
All of
movie.
his shots, like him shooting the guns and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get away. They're driving away. They've made it, and they stop all of a sudden. And Matthew McConaughey is like, "Get out! Drop your guns! Raise your hands!"
Yeah, because he recognizes like they're surrounded.
Yeah, he could read the plot really well.
Yeah, he read the script. And that's when they get taken into this village of what I'll call rebels or freedom fighters or whatever they are. And the head of the rebels has stolen one of the cars of the dictator.
That guy was great, by the way.
He was, yeah.
That I think my problem with this movie, I had fun watching it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 4.8 for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now, like early thing, it's a 4.8. Regardless of that, I had fun watching it. I've always had fun watching it. It sucks.
It's not, yeah. And
I think it's dude, they should have just focused on hanging out with the rebel guys. Like that was the best part.
Well, there's too many conveniences to how they find the doctor again, and
yeah.
It's
Africa. It's not freaking
it's huge.
Kershaw.
Yeah.
You know? There's a reference like 4 people understand.
But then
Have you been to Kershaw, actually, by the way?
Do what?
Have you been to Kershaw?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 streets.
They find a thing out in the desert, a plant out in the desert that's like using solar panels to get rid of toxic waste somehow.
God, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
But
what's even dumber is the Quantum of Solace used the exact same thing almost.
Oh, yeah. So did God, in the same franchise, Spectre. Like that facility did something too, and I can't remember what it was. I just know they had a moon rock. But basically they discover, evil businessman has evil huge tower in the desert that's poisoning the water from the stuff they keep underground.
Which is hilarious because all the shots internally are from a factory in Britain where they make jet engines. Yeah, that's great. I'm like, okay.
So at some point, the lady gets kidnapped, of course, and
yeah,
we're skipping a lot of stuff, but like this is just the main points of the movie.
This movie is so discombobulated of crap. Rainn Wilson's gotten reintegrated with his crew at this point. There's a whole other side story happening here.
Yeah,
it's not even worth it.
No, We get back to the rebels and we plan an assault on the factory. McConaughey drives up in the general's car.
Not yet.
Oh,
Not yet. They have the big train scene.
oh yeah, they get on the train.
Yeah, where they hop the train, no one sees it, they sneak in.
Yeah,
Sorry, and then like you said, she gets captured, and they go back with their head between. No, oh dude, that whole sequence. So they get captured. Matthew McConaughey and Steve Zahn get captured, unscrew the lining of the truck with a coin.
Yeah.
Slide off, dude. It was cool. This was cool. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, though. Like, they get a plane to turn into this desert rider.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was the movie poster. That was it.
I remember that was in the trailer a long time ago.
Yeah.
God, this movie's 20 years old.
Yeah, we're old, dude. Someone today asked me, Preston, I was buying Gatorade, because, like, bitch, I want some Gatorade, man. Something more viscous than water. And he was like, remember when this came out, bro? Gatorade? And he's like, yeah. I said, dude, Gatorade came out in 65. And he was like, no, it came out in 82. And I'm like, I think they introduced the second flavor in 82, bro. And it was the most comforting thing of this old man was like, dude, you and I are the same. You remember when Gatorade. I've never been aged up.
No, it was created at Florida in like 1960 something.
5 or 6, I think.
Yeah.
I made a lot of Gatorade in my life as
Yeah.
a football coach's son. Let me tell you, son, I know all about it. And you only do the yellow, the urine one. That's what gets you real hydrated. So they go back. They get the car. They have a plan. They're gonna get the boys' guys out.
They're going to plan an assault on or rescue the workers from the thing. Because it's some of the rebel guys that work there.
This is the dumbest fight scene I've ever seen.
Yeah.
This entire whole thing, every part is awful.
Mm-hmm. But they figure out there's
disarming of the bomb, everything. It's all garbage.
There's a bomb in the facility because they've abandoned it because they've been caught. And that's the best way they can think of to get rid of the evidence. And so, like, Steve Zahn goes to look. McConaughey goes to save the girl. Steve Zahn goes looks for the bomb. He gets the bomb out of there, and then he eventually fights the guy at the helicopter and gets her out. And so they're all out of the facility, and they're running for their life because the general comes in a helicopter.
Yeah, they got to take his C-28. I don't remember the build of that car. And they go back to a place they were previously. Ruins.
Yeah, and he gets her to take some of the dynamite and throw it into a hill, and
oh my gosh,
and it distracts
shooting dynamite, baby.
But again, this was all a convenient plot device to reveal the Civil War ship that was stranded in North Africa.
Dare be to Texas. It's not a line from the movie, guys. I just came up with that.
A Civil War battleship washed up in Africa.
2 feet of external steel, too. God dang.
So they barricade themselves within the old ship. That was.
Oh, they find out there's a daggum cannon, too.
Uh-huh. And so they're hiding from getting shot by the helicopter in the ship, and then they decide, hey, there's a cannon here, let's use that. Cut off the head of the snake, and then all the rest of them will go away. So they have a brilliant plan of firing a over 100-year-old cannon. At that point, it was like 150 years old, 100 something. Anyway, it's over 100-year-old cannon. I'm sure it still works.
Oh, definitely.
Those fuses still work and everything. And sure enough, it does. They fire a cannonball, and there's a delayed explosion. Kills the general. We save the day.
This movie came out. I was in 10th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a kid that read the book.
Yeah.
And I just remember this nerd. He's a good nerd. You know, it sucks, man. You get older, like there's interesting people in high school that you know. And like I never was mean to this guy. We were friends. We're great.
Yeah.
I wish I remembered his name, and I wish I knew what he's doing because he was just such a sincere guy. And I just remember I saw this with my dad in the theaters on a Sunday, and that Monday he said, "Did you happen to catch the flick of Sahara?" And I said, "Actually, I did. I watched it on Sunday." And he goes, "What was your impressions?"
Ew.
And I said, it was fun." And he said, "I saw it on Saturday." In the novel, in the Texas, Abraham Lincoln was there. The movie did not have that.
Because there was already too much stupid shit going on.
And I was like, "There's too much going on." He went, "That's how you know it's a bad movie. Books win." Like, all right,
No.
cool. Yeah, they shot a helicopter with a cannonball.
Yeah, dude.
And it was so bad.
Yeah.
This thing doesn't even end fun. It's just
No,
like,
it just ends.
bing, bang, pow. Oh, everyone surrenders to us. No, all these other people are here.
Yeah.
Like where does Steve Zahn go? He just hangs out in that village now. Matthew McConaughey and Penelope Cruz just effing on this beach, like,
Yeah.
and the car's fixed too.
Of course. It's not blown up.
It's just a trash movie, man. It's just trash. It's just like fodder. It's
It-
entertaining. It's
yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
But
It's something to like put on in the background while you're doing something else, and then you come back to it like, oh, they're doing that now. Okay.
the better thing is how did this movie get made?
I know it went over budget a lot.
Ooh, no, they hold on, I gotta pull up. No, I've notes.
I did read the director. Like I said, the director wanted a final say on every draft. So, not the director, the author of the book.
Yeah, so for this to get released, I think they had to bribe people to make it, like governments.
I think they bribed like an African government at some point.
Yeah. It's wild. I'm trying to find my notes suck. I'm going to do more, so apologies, but like, yeah, they flat out like spent millions of dollars to bribe people to make this crappy movie.
And again, there were 5 writers on this movie. And way more than that if you count the people that were uncredited. I think even Chris McQuarrie, the recent director of Mission Impossible movies, did a pass on this movie at some point.
Yeah, I think that's right. There's
a lot of now famous people, famous writers that tried to knock this out and they didn't.
Yeah, and there's one of the producers of this film is like an oil and gas guy.
Of course.
That I think got them land to film on.
Makes sense.
But did not have real access to the land. It's wild, man. The whole litigation stuff around that. I mean, it's like $100 million lawsuits around the making of this movie. And the movie didn't make that much money, man.
No, it didn't make hardly any money.
It did win the best cinematography in Ireland. Because Seamus McGravy did it.
This director did like a couple episodes of The Expanse as well.
Yeah.
14 of them. Wow. The Last Witch Hunter. Yeah, he sure did. Anyway. I give it, like you said, I give it a 5.
I mean, it was fun.
It's nothing to write home about.
I enjoyed it. I think I kind of knew it was going to suck, so I didn't have an expectation. It's just kind of like, all right, well, this is a movie we're watching. Okay.
It's a movie they made. Now we move on to what we watching, playing, reading, stuff like that.
My obituary. I watched the Arnold Schwarzenegger documentary on Netflix.
Ooh, I didn't know there was one.
It's great. It's 3 episodes. It's like, 2.5-ish total hours. It's good. The third episode, they shouldn't have made it 3 episodes.
Netflix has done that with a lot
Yeah.
of their documentaries. Is they made them stretch them out to
It.
way too much.
I'm a huge Schwarzenegger fan. I really do think he's just a good guy. It gets really weird when they're like he effed his maid and she has a kid,
Yeah, well,
and it gets depressing, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. It ends weird, but it's really worth the watch. It's so cool. Like, I wish I had that drive that guy has. Like, he's like, I had a vision when I was a kid, and I wanted to do this, and if I could see it, I could do it.
yeah.
I don't have that. It's like, man, that's awesome. Other than that, I started watching Civil War, the A24
Ooh,
Civil War. I got very little into it and fell asleep just because I'm not sleeping great, so I just fall asleep all the time. But gonna jump back on that probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it, man. How about you? What you up to?
I'm watching Only Murders in the Building. I did that this
Is
past
it good?
week. It is so good.
Okay, see, like I'm a huge Steve Martin fan.
I got sucked in, dude. Like,
Who's the chick?
Selena Gomez.
That's where I'm like, I don't care for her, but maybe I do. I don't know.
No,
I need to give it a shot.
she's all right in it. I mean,
Yeah,
but
I need to give
Martin,
it a shot.
It's Martin Short and Steve Martin, so
Yeah,
it's really good.
that's cool.
I started watching Agatha All Along on Disney Plus.
How you feel?
It's pretty good. First 2 episodes pretty good.
I'm gonna hold off until it's done.
Third episode comes out tonight. I'm probably not gonna watch it tonight, but
Yeah.
at time of recording, the 3rd episode will be coming out tonight.
Oh, you sent me the Thunderbolt trailer though.
Oh, Thunderbolts, dude.
Yeah. What's the asterisk for?
That's what everybody wants to know.
Dark
And
Avengers, dude.
you'll that would be so dumb
I think they're dumb enough to do it.
if at the end of the movie it like changes the title to Dark Avengers. Like, who
We
the
figured
fuck
out
knows what
that-
that is?
There's a boy named Bob. It's Century, right?
Yeah, that's Century. Yeah,
Okay.
nobody knows what the Dark Avengers is.
No.
But anyway,
Yeah. I don't know.
that's it for this week.
What's popping up? Hellboy? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, I think by the end of the month, the new like independently made Hellboy: The Crooked Man comes out on digital, so we might be able to rent it and cover that as well.
Yeah. That's talking to Matt. I'm like, I think we're doing Hellboy. And he went, have you seen The Crooked Man or Crooked Boy, whatever?
Crooked Man.
Crooked Man? And I'm like, nah.
That first
I've
trailer,
actually seen the clip.
that first trailer looked like a fan-made movie, and then the next trailer came out, and I was like, "Oh, okay, y'all made something." So,
And then what Minecraft?
no, and I enjoy all the Hellboy movies, like even the one with David Harbour. Like, I'll defend that one to my death. But
I don't know if I've ever seen one of them fully. I know I've seen them on like
the
I'm in a hotel its own, so I'll watch part of it.
in my opinion, they're all really good. But
Yeah, and I've loved it. I like the Hellboy character. I know the comics.
Mm-hmm.
I know, like, I'm good. I think the Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo del
Wow.
Toro.
Thank you, thank you. A little too fast. A little too fast with the words.
A little too fast with the words.
My brain's got to catch up with my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. Like so many practical effects from what I remember.
Yeah. We'll be doing
Like
that
Pan's
for
Labyrinth,
be doing that for spooky season.
Hey, you ever watched? Okay, you big? Do you? I mean, like cartoons. How you feel about them?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
There is probably the greatest cartoon series I've ever watched. The short episodes. It's called Over the Garden Wall.
okay.
Watch it in October. Just plow through it. In the first episode, you'll know, like, oh, this is fun.
Is it
Elijah Wood is the main character.
streaming somewhere, or is it
It's on Hulu, I think.
Hulu?
It's a Cartoon Network show.
Yeah, it's probably on Hulu.
It's Guillermo's favorite thing ever. Like he stands by it. The first episode has Oh my God, Preston, why am I drawing a blank? I'm not even gonna look it up. I'm gonna hide my shame. The Doc from Back to the Future.
Okay.
He voices in it. It's just so good. It's so stupid, little weird. I don't know. It's the perfect thing. Like I found it last year, and it's one of my favorite things I've ever watched.
Okay.
Just so.
Well, with that, we'll say we'll see you next week. And if you have a suggestion of a movie we should do, you can send that to secondtakemoviespod@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Instagram at Second Take Movies. Jake, do you have any final words for the people as we leave?
You know what? Hey, it's coming to October. It's Bell's Palsy Awareness Month. It's a real thing, guys. You all need to look out for it. Don't look at my drooping eye. Kill yourself and poop your pants. Don't kill yourself, just poop your pants.
Yeah. And with that, we'll say we'll see you next week with Hellboy.